enemies, which are a basic version of NPCs, and just little things like that. And I know I'm missing a couple, but that's the point. So I think that given Mike's work ethic, I feel that we're ahead of schedule. So very proud about that. And can we start a cocaine fund for Mike? Absolutely. As long as we can dip into it for other things like server costs. So, But if you feel the need to hit that shiny donate button and carefully package your deliveries.
Does anyone like Red Bull? Be honest. No, it tastes awful. God.
No, yeah, I don't touch that. If I need energy, I drink strong coffee. That's all I need.
Either do that or just take a couple of those caffeine pills. I mean, God, just skip the Red Bull. Skip those energy drinks.
Yeah, energy drinks are pretty unhealthy in general, so that's why they're marketing so much towards like healthier energy drinks now. With all they always include these kind of fake nutrients like taurine and all that stuff, but it's too much for your liver, if you drink it a lot. So
yeah, our livers are pretty stressed.
for other reasons. So are those not to confuse everybody? Those are not the vampire portraits, but they're from, where are they from?
We don't know. Those are the ones that we found. Remember, we did like probably like a month ago now. It's like back from 2002 or something.
Oh, okay. So they might have like wanted to update them or something.
Exactly. Somebody in the chat room, I can't remember who now, they had a name of like one of the races that they thought it was on those forearm people, but I don't remember who even said that now.
That's cool. I wonder if anybody can ever find out who did all of those.
Yeah, if you find out, let me know.
So yeah, guys, definitely once again, thanks to everybody that hung out with us, and the Echoes client helped identify all the areas. Just as a note, I'm going through the list of all the areas in the game right now, and there's so many. I know that a lot of us probably can only remember a few or a couple favorite areas, unless you're Nyx, of course. But it's really cool seeing the entire list here. So gotta say that for sure. Some of the ones that have been added as of late are areas like Crescent Moon Gorge, Crystalline Mines, I don't remember that one, Curdled Blood Marsh, Severix Tower, and then the Doral Coast, Doral Straits, Elven Border Nation, Pirates Cove. I'm skipping through a bunch here, but the whole city and forest and castle of Crybayan? Craybay? And all the pirate ships for invading, all kinds of awesome places. So very happy about that, and lots of good content there for sure.
Yeah, they came up with some really creative names in DFC. Some of the stuff I just don't know what they were going for. and all those areas that had those weird sounding names like the Bullywugs and then the Bomb Reedles.
Oh yeah,
weird sounding stuff. What was the Lyshera or something? Like God,
and like
they
the
each one had, like,
vampires.
two apostrophes in them. Yeah, Vampiric Dryadee, Arbushidee.
Right. Yeah. I can definitely say that pretty much every single area that was ever written and put into the game was very at the core just straight RPG fantasy, like kind of the classic D&D style. Like there wasn't any really silly areas, I don't think.
Yeah.
They all had a pretty good theme, and so I think that's awesome that we can continue that.
I didn't mind them doing these weird sounding names in DSC without being D&D related. Just some of them, I don't know what kind of theme they were going for.
Valinor Bound says or asks if there's going to be a stat roller into the app, and we're all thinking that it's a good addition to have so that people can not break their fingers while rolling a character. So in my opinion, there would be some limitation to it, so you can't adjust the speed, but you can set the stats that you would like for it to ask you if you want them. So I think that should be standard, but with all the previous conversations we've had, including the one with Vasi or Vasi, I think that the best experience for all of us is to continue with the stat rolling, but maybe make a little bit of a change to it to make it not so difficult to get stats, and then also have the auto roller kind of at a basic speed so you can just sit back and enjoy it. To shoot for every stat, I personally I think that's a good idea. I think being able to set a minimum is fine. I don't see why not, but I think the only major change that I suggest is to boost up the lowest value for rolling, so that way you're not suffering through 8s and 9s. I think maybe even just 9 being the lowest rather than 8 would make a big difference. So I don't know, but other than that, yeah. 100 rolls per second that's a little bit much. So yeah, we want it to be fast enough. But okay, so here's Mike's. There's Mike's response for you, at least for your earlier question.
I like the co-dot mans there.
So Crow says right now he's focusing on making the editing commands for staff to create the outline for the game, including races, classes, guilds, racial abilities, skills templates. So this is basically for those of you who got rebuilds. That's basically what he's doing. But ultimately, we're going to be designing them constantly, or redesigning them. So we'll be able to edit the values, and they'll be able to reflect immediately, on your character. And then to continue what he says, all player editing commands will be next. As you can imagine, there are hundreds of editing commands. I'm moving on player creation testing afterwards, and or on staff and non-staff accounts. For those of you that are listening or are watching on YouTube, so.
Do you want me to show them a screenshot of the updater, how it looks?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was looking for a JPEG of it, and I didn't find it, so I'll do that now. But here I just made Owen the Dummy, and this is just to show you guys an example of basically borderline NPC creation, but basically this is kind of a testing character and that Mike has played around with a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that this will lead into his NPC creation as well. Yeah, I do remember that, Scott. That's one we talked about because in the conversation with combat, we're deciding on a bunch of, well, pretty much all of the parameters. So, talking about things like bleed and stun. And as we were talking about that, I was like, oh yeah, don't forget the stoic spell. So yeah, I think the main goal continues to basically recreate all of the old content, including spells. There you go. Yeah, the dummies are for testing PvP, combat, and player editing. So there you go.
Yeah, you did just make that one a female.
Hey, that's just the standard. That comes with the dummy. But
right.
I didn't. Hey, Mike's the guy behind all of this. Okay, so he's the perverted one, not me.
Yeah, let's blame him.
Easiest way to make a dummy is to make a copy? I'm not sure I follow the question.
That was a slam at your expense.
I was hoping it wasn't.
At least the first person getting banned.
Oh, come on. I'm not that, self-deprecating.
So, Mike, why did you change it from list to show? Do you know why you changed it from that to that?
Well, that's kind of particular to staff members only, so I probably won't answer that over the stream.
It's a secret.
Alright, so... yeah, that's the safe answer.